Let's say, for example, you're trying to build some sort of decentralized social app and you need people to have access to RNS names, but you don't want them to leave your application to go and buy names and come back, right? You can actually integrate the purchase of RNS names directly in your application so that maybe if someone is trying to sign up, they can just buy an RNS name to be used in your app. So how would you do that? Let's look at the function to buy a record or to buy an RNS name using the RIO SDK. So first thing first, you import RIO from RIO SDK, right? And the SDK is at ar.io/SDK. And if you're in a web environment, you do /web, right? But in this case, I'm in an Node.js environment, so you can just follow along. The first thing here you do, since I'm in a Node.js environment, I'm going to bring in the wallet. And the wallet is this wallet here. So if you're in the browser environment, you'll need to use something like window.archive wallet. And I've covered how to bring your wallet and use your wallet with any of the RIO SDKs. So you can go watch that video if you want to learn more about that, right? So here, next thing I'm going to do, I need to import the file structure or the file system. So import fs from fs. So here I'm going to do fs.read read file sync, and here the file is wallet.json. That's the path, wallet.json. I'm just going to put here UTF-8, right? So now that you have the file, you need to create the signer. And in my case here, the signer is going to be equal to new archive signer, and I'll pass in the wallet. Now that I have the signer, I can initiate the RIO instance, and this is going to be equal to RIO.mainnet, and I need to pass here the signer, just like this signer, which will be this signer here. So next, I'm going to now do the buy function, and this will return a result, and I'm going to do await RIO.buy record. And this takes in two objects, right? The first object will contain the data of the name, and the second object will contain some optional parameters that I'm going to cover. But first thing here is the name that you want to buy. So here, the name that I'm going to buy is going to be maybe like ABC, I don't know. But that's an expensive name. That's a premium name. I don't know. Just, you can put any name you want. And for example, if you are using the web and the UI, you can validate all these and check if that name exists before even buying that. And I've already covered how to get the details of an RNS name in a previous video, so you can go watch that. So the next thing here, you're going to have the type, right? And the type here, you can either lease a name or perma-buy. So if it's a lease, you put lease. If it's a perma-buy, you can add perma-buy. And if it's, for example, a lease, you need to add here the number of years that you're leasing the name for. We can say something like 1 year. And the next thing here is going to be process ID. And this is optional, right? You can assign this name to an existing archive name token, or you can leave it empty, right? In our case, we're going to leave it empty. And yeah, that's pretty much what you need for that first part. Then the next object here will contain mostly some extra parameters and some events that you can track. So you can, for example, add tags here. And I'm not going to add tags, but you know the importance of tags on anything that's going to be deployed on archive, right? Or that's going to live on archive. Tags are very useful. So I encourage adding tags. The other thing I'm interested in is the events that you can keep track of to show, for example, the user what step their registration is at. And actually, you can see that in practice. If you ever tried to register a name using the ArNS app, you will see different steps and how they go. But then in your application, you might try to change that or not track some of those events. I'm just going to cover them all here. And yeah, the choice will be yours on which ones you'd want to use. So we're going to have here on signing progress. And this is going to be a function that takes in two parameters. It takes in the step and also the event. So here you can track those steps and say if step equals maybe here are the 4 steps, right? And they start by spawning the archive name token, right? So you can say when spawning the archive name token, I don't know, you can just log something spawning token, or you can show to the UI some sort of message. And the second one, you can just say if step equals, you register the array name token, and then you decide on what you want to show to your users. And the other one is step. The third step is going to be equal to verifying the state. So you verify the state as well. And the last one, now it's going to be by name. If step equals by name like that. And then you show something different here. So these are the 4 steps that you can keep track of and show your user the progress of their ArNS name purchase and how it's going, right? The reason why I wanted to cover this specific function is because you might want your user to have access to ArNS names or maybe display primary names in your application. But for people with no primary names, you want to help them buy ArNS names quickly without leaving your application. So you can have this built within your application. I think many applications have actually done that. Some of them that I can think of, we have the Wonder Wallet. You can buy your ArNS name from the Wonder Wallet. You can buy your ArNS name from the Beacon Wallet. And yeah, I think many other applications in the ecosystem. So you can also take advantage of this function and have that inbuilt within your application for a smooth user experience.